ranking the 5 top riders who will have the best season on new teams in 2025 from worst to best. Before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like and sub button though. So coming in at number 5, I have Christian Craig. He is going from the Husqvarna team to that Star Racing team. And a little side note, it's not technically the 450 team. So from what I've learned is the 450 team is actually factory Yamaha and it's just ran by Star Racing. And then the 250 team is actually Star Racing. So it appears that Christian Craig will be falling under that 250 team umbrella, racing a 450. That's just kind of what I've learned throughout like multiple different videos and stuff. I could be wrong on that. I definitely could be wrong, but that's just kind of what I learned. But for me, Christian Craig, it's at the very bottom of this list because I don't know what to expect. He's coming off 2 different injuries. He has that elbow injury still. He's coming off a knee injury from SMX round number 3. He actually just had surgery on that. Like, I don't know where that's going to place him for training. Like, is he going to be a top 7 guy like what we expected him to be last year? Is he going to be a top 12 guy now? Like, what expectations do we really put on Craig coming off multiple different injuries, right? For me, if he's fully healthy, he's a top 7 guy in that 450 class, especially on a Star bike. You guys see what Cooper Webb and Eli Tomac does, and Christian Craig has the speed. He definitely has the speed. It's all about keeping himself healthy throughout the entire season, because if he can do that, he could definitely be a top 7 guy. If he's going to be having these lingering injuries, I expect him to be like top 12-ish in Supercross, and then Motocross. I don't even know, man. Motocross is going to be so... I think he's going to be a top 15 guy with these injuries. If not, probably a top 10. Most likely a top 10. But that's why I have him at the bottom. I just don't know what to expect. Like, if he's fully healthy, I expect a really good year. If he's still dealing with those injuries, it's going to be a so-so year, in my opinion. All right, so coming in at number 4, I have Jordan Smith. He's actually going from that Star Racing team to the Triumph team. And for me personally, I think Jordan is going to be like a top 4, top 5 guy next year, especially in like whatever coast and Supercross that he's going to be at. For Motocross, I kind of expect him to be in that top 12-ish like kind of range. But for Supercross, I think he can possibly win some races on the brand new bike. I don't kind of expect it though. I personally feel like he's going to maybe struggle a little bit with that bike in Supercross. I think he has a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. So that maybe that second year he'll have like a better like understanding of that bike. But like, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets on the box occasionally, maybe win some heat races. But I don't know if he can go out there and win overalls, whether that's in whatever coast and or motocross. So that's why I kind of have him at 4. I think his year is going to be so-so, pretty consistent in Supercross, but nothing like spectacular. However, I could be dead wrong, and he go out there and win multiple different rounds. All right, anything's possible, right? Just for me, my prediction, I think he's going to be like a 5th place guy this upcoming season in Supercross and like a top 10, top 11 guy in motocross, which isn't bad. All right. Which is not bad at all, especially on a brand new team, basically a brand new bike. But that's kind of where I just placed him, top 5 in Soupy and then top 11, top 12 in motocross. So coming in at number 3, I have Jorge Pablo. He's going from the factory Gas team to the factory Kawasaki team, and he'll be racing full-time in the US this upcoming season, which is freaking awesome. I just don't know what to expect from him. All right, he's on a brand new team. I feel like he's been racing the KTM and Gas for the last 10 years. I don't know how this is going to affect him, at least for Supercross. I really don't know. Obviously, for motocross, he'll find his groove. But if I had to predict, all right, I think for Supercross, he'll be like a top 10 guy, right? For his first full season, maybe a top 7-ish guy occasionally. And then for motocross, I think he can potentially be a top 5 guy, at least for his first season. I know that's like saying like, Josh, like, are you stupid? He's an MXGP champion, like world champion. Yeah, but he's also going to be battling Jed and Chase and Eli every weekend, all right? And like, I know that he's battling Geyser and Hurlings every weekend, but he's also he also knows those MXGP's track to a T. He barely knows any of the US tracks, right? While our guys know every little inch of our US tracks, right? So I think he's going to struggle this year a little bit. I think he's going to struggle in Supercross. First, technically full year in Supercross. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets top 5s. But I think a top 7 in the Supercross Championship Series is freaking fantastic. If he can get top 5s, that's huge. But don't be like upset that he's getting top 10s. Like, we got to think about it's his first full year in Supercross. I know he raced a couple last year, but like first full year, new team, top 10s would be great. For motocross, he might win occasionally, maybe, potentially, but I don't see it, especially when he got Jet and Chase on these like next season. So I expect him to be top 5, top 6 first year, which is great, honestly. Learn the tracks, kind of similar to Tommy V. Learn the tracks, get a familiar like feeling of these like bikes to the tracks, come out swinging in year 2, win some Supercross rounds, win some heat races, win some motos, win some overalls. So that's kind of my prediction. I think Jorge Pablo might surprise a couple of people in Supercross. It might surprise some people in motocross, or at least like the US base. But I don't see anything spectacular. I think first for him is he's going to be consistent. He's going to be great, consistent in that first full year. All right, coming in at number 2, I have Austin Forkner. He is going from the PC Pro Circuit team to the Triumph team. And now this is technically a rumor still, but his trainer did leak this on social media that he's moving to Georgia to train with Triumph. Then that post got taken down, so I don't really know like what's happening. From my understanding, it's a signed deal and it's like going to happen, but technically this is still a rumor. But I think he's going to do really good. I think a change of scenery is going to be amazing for him. If he can be healthy this upcoming year, doesn't have any fluke crashes, just be freaking consistent, race the entire year, that is a huge win for Austin Forkner. I truthfully believe this, that he is a title contender immediately starting on that brand new team compared to like say Jordan Smith. I think Austin is going to be a title contender. Whatever coast that he's on, he's going to be winning heat races. He's going to be winning some overalls. He's going to be top 3 in the championship. And this is for Supercross. All right. I'm talking about Supercross. I think that's what's just going to happen. Like, we saw how good he was last year, and he's only going to get better. I know he's coming off injury. I know he really, I don't even think he's ridden yet based off those injuries. So it might take some time. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to do East Coast, so he has more time to like get ready. But truthfully, I believe Austin's going to be a title contender, win some races, and be right there in the championship. And I'm going to be cheering him on right from the beginning. I might be biased, but truthfully, I think Austin is going to do great in Supercross. Motocross, I don't know. All right. I think he could be pretty good. Top 10. I think he can maybe get top 7s. I think he's going to be a better year than Jordan Smith on the 250, at least for motocross. I do believe that. Can the bike hold up? We saw how many malfunctions it got with Joey. I know it held up for Jalik. I don't know why the bikes were different. I don't know personally, but I think Austin will do exceptionally well in Supercross and be consistent in motocross. And I'm praying that he has a great year this upcoming year. He rides consistent. He stays healthy throughout the entire season. Because if he does that, that's actually a huge W in my book. Just a huge W. So coming in at number 1 for me, I have Pierce Brown. He's going from the Gas team to the Star Racing team. And I think everybody can agree that he's going to be a title contender next year, man. I think personally he's going to win some races. I think personally he's going to be on the box consistently. I think he's just going to do amazing next year, man. He coming off that high from the XMX round 3 at Las Vegas, winning that. He's getting on to a new team. That team has a foundation of winning, and I think it's going to just propel him to success. I really do. I think he's going to do fantastic. And then come motocross season, I think we might be in for a big surprise here for motocross. I think he's going to be a top 5 guy. I really do. I think he's going to be battling for podiums. I think he's going to be battling for potentially wins if he gets some good starts and the other contenders are falling back a little bit. So don't be surprised when Pierce Brown goes out there and wins some overalls in Supercross, wins some races in motocross. And I'm going to be sitting back and be like, hey, I told you guys this back in October 15th when this video gets put. I said this. Don't be surprised when it happens. So I think Pierce Brown is going to have the best season out of everybody changing bikes. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with my takes on who's going to have the best season. If you guys disagree, let me know in the comment section, like, which guy is going to have a better season than Pierce Brown. I would love to have a conversation with you guys about it. So let me know. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys hit the like and follow button. I appreciate every single one of you guys stopping by, watching these. It really does mean a lot. And we'll be back with a video here soon. So I'm out. Peace.